Helen said I should start keeping a journal, a video diary, or a record. I think it's stupid. Day 12, and I'm stuck in... No, not doing it. Day 17, it's really shit, okay? Karen's right there. Just arm's length, Karen. Arm's length at all times. Don't worry. I'm not moving. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say... No, she doesn't want to say hi. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want me to record either. So therefore I'm recording to spite her. Isn't that right? Nothing to do with the fact that Helen advised it. Nothing to do with the fact that I might possibly need an outlet because I've been in here for 17 days with the same 4 walls and the same 14 or so people, the same damn weather and the same 3 jigsaws that have at least got 1 piece missing each. So dull. And I'm so frustrated, I feel like a caged tiger, and how am I meant to do 30 days of this, or maybe 6 months? It's hard. It's hard being cooped up like this, and it's hard not being in control of your own freedom. I decided today that I don't like zoos. Conservation works fine, but the animals just don't have enough space. Bears, for example. You might see a couple of bears in the zoo, and they've got the right terrain, lots of trees to climb, and maybe even a couple of animals in there with them that they would normally have in the wild. But I'm telling you, it's just not enough space. For all intents and purposes, we have the right terrain here. Ensuite bathrooms, crafts room, lounge with a telly, conservatory, ladies' lounge with another telly, cafeteria, even the garden sometimes. But as long as there's a fence around the enclosure, as long as there's code on the door, as long as there's a limit on your freedom, it's just not enough space. So, today, day 17, decided that I don't like zoos. I wonder what you've done today.
Hey guys, gals and non-binary pals, it's Devin here. How are you doing? It's official. He did it. Boris fucking... I'm down a tenner.
Harry, yes or no, is Boris going to lock us down?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 quid says absolutely not.
Alright.
Anyway, we've finally been put in time out, though you wouldn't know it by the queues outside Waitrose. Have you seen? Good God. There was even a clip on the morning news of these old ladies fighting over the last packet of Plenty because all the bug roll's been pilfered. The staff didn't know what to do, people were filming it but they didn't want to get too close. One person said, "They're gonna break each other's arms," and moved forward. And then one of the old biddies turns round and screams, "If you make me lose this fight, it'll be your arms I'm breaking." Good grief. So I think we need some more positive slogans on these vlogs. They're going to get a little bit less podcasty and a bit more vloggy. You know, document the time in lockdown. So we're going to need a new name and slogans. I have to say, I get a little bit envious when Bojo and his little scientist mates come out and they have them banners on their like stand thingies. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking, people fighting over loo roll, it's not the shits. It's like a respiratory thing. So our first slogan could be lungs, not bums. Like this. Look, I've printed it out and everything. Why don't you sit there and hold it? That's cute. Now, there's been a fair bit of talk this morning about what the PM actually meant by essential shopping. You can't just go and buy a chocolate bar, but if you buy a pint of milk and some washing powder with it, you're fine. So my nan went to Tesco the other day. The woman bought 8 Easter eggs and half a loaf of bread. Well, I thought I'd end it here. Just a little day one drop-in, kick off the lockdown vlogs. Keep your slogans coming in, and any names for this series will be greatly appreciated. I also thought I'd really try and keep these videos light. A little bit of escapism, positivity is what we need right now, guys. So anything funny or uplifting you see, send it to me and I'll put it in. Right, until next time, guys. Bye! And that's the tea. Guys, girls, and non-binary pals. Like this. Even in frame. I don't think blue tack sticks to fur.
I don't know if I've gone completely numb or if I'm just completely bored. Completely exhausted. So tired. Why couldn't they have just left me? It's not like anyone would miss me. Like anyone would notice. Nikki, she's one of the younger girls in here. She's been moaning and crying about the visitor ban because of the new virus, I think. Don't really keep up with the news, there's not really any point. But she's upset her parents can't visit. I haven't had any visitors. And that's fine. I don't care, no really, I don't. Just proves there's nothing keeping me here. No one else will be affected and I just don't have a reason to live. Back on tens, so no one watching me 24/7. But they stripped my room. I tried to I did. The reason I've been put on high obs, I tied something tightly. Could feel my heartbeat so powerfully, trying to push blood through. Felt warmth on my face. My ears started to ring. And then they just went. Everything went quiet. And everything went black, and I felt so calm. Like falling backwards into nothing. Into release. Out of pain. And then I was jerked back to reality. Quite literally. They cut the cord, swept my room, they took everything. If I had it in me to care, I'd probably be embarrassed about having to ask for clean pants each morning, sleeping on a mattress made of plastic with no sheet, no quilt. But having someone follow you around, watch you while you shower, while you piss, now that is a kind of dehumanisation even I can feel. But I'm back on tens. Still don't have my stuff back, but I do have a little bit of time to myself. That time I'm currently spending talking to no one, to a camera. Maybe I should upload this somewhere. Lockdown in a psych ward. Wouldn't even be clickbait. People could see what it's like. Maybe they'd learn to value their freedom a bit more. I've been calling it lockdown for 4 days now. That's nothing. Try being sectioned. Try 25 days. Then you'll understand what it feels like to be locked down, locked up. Then you'll learn to appreciate your freedom.
Hey guys, gals and non-binary pals, how are we doing? Day 7 of lockdown now. That means we've been saving the world by sitting on our asses and watching telly for a whole week now. I mean, we're basically superheroes at this point, right? So, over the last week, you've been sending me your ideas for naming these vlogs and also coming up with some brilliant slogans. At this point, most of you are either working from home or you've been furloughed, and some of you, in fact, have decided that as the weather has been so lovely and hot, that it's totally fine to just drive off to the beach and party, potentially creating an even bigger peak of the virus. Nice one, guys. A lot of you have sent me some absolutely wonderful photos of your cats, showing us how to enjoy the weather in a global pandemic. Which has led me to our next slogan. Flop down in lockdown. You see these cats enjoying the weather safely. This is what you do. This is how you do it. This, enjoying the sun on their own without spreading the pandemic. This is what you do. This is how you do it. You flop the fuck down in lockdown. Flop down in lockdown! Sorry. Flop down in lockdown, people. It's been 7 days. You can't possibly have itchy feet yet. Wuhan in China, where the virus started, they've been in lockdown for 67 days. They can't even go grocery shopping, let alone the bloody beach. Things are just as bad, in fact worse, in Spain. Now, Spain is only 9 days ahead of us, which means they're on day 16. And so far, they have totaled 7,340 deaths. Not good. I actually have a guest with me today. Well, she's not with me in person, but here we go. Tell us your name, tell us your game.
Hi,
Hi, my name's Grace. I'm a 26-year-old English national currently living and working in Spain as a primary school teacher.
First things first, Grace, as Boris keeps telling us,
These are unprecedented times. How are you doing? Are you coping?
Trying to hang in there with the rest of the world.
watching events unfold in Spain right now is like watching a horror film. How are you keeping yourself sane through all of this craziness?
It's definitely not easy. It feels like COVID is destroying something normal every day. I can't speak for everyone, but like shopping is not a nice experience and is something I only do when really needed.
So what's it like? The whole experience of leaving your flat for essentials.
Knowing there are police with guns wandering the streets.
On the way to the shop, if you pass anyone, they stay well away. No eye contact, no smiling, no nothing. When queuing to the shop, it's silent. You feel like you shouldn't talk, smile, feel happy, feel anything. When you get close to the door, you see the security, which is worrying as it's only a supermarket. There's no other interaction other than a go in and put your gloves on.
So you can't touch anything without gloves on. Well, we don't do that.
But with the amount of hand sanitizer we're currently getting through, Sainsbury's smells like an alcoholic's morning breath.
When you're shopping, no one talks, no one makes eye contact. It's as if you could catch the virus by looking at people.
That sounds like a whole other world.
It feels like it. On my second shopping trip, I saw my friend in the shop. We hadn't seen each other since the Friday before the official lockdown. We both saw each other, but we couldn't talk or hug, ask how each other were, nothing. We just mouthed at each other, "Miss you." She carried on with her shopping, I carried on with mine. It was so upsetting that something as normal as saying hello and hugging your friend wasn't allowed.
God, that sounds like something out of the Hunger Games.
I just wish I could give you a hug right now.
Oh, me too. By the time I was queuing to pay, I was fighting back tears. The security guard barked down the queue to about 20 people to move further apart as we were all too close. It was a very weird, unfriendly shopping trip.
It certainly sounds it. Grace, we're entering our second week of what some might call
Tight restrictions. But the difference is, our police don't have guns and we don't need papers to leave our house.
Yeah, that's the huge difference. The guns. There was a young man here in Madrid who just left his flat and refused to go back inside, so the police shot him.
Wow. Well, if that's not a little reality check for everyone complaining about our own lockdown, I really don't know what is. And what about exercise? So over here, we can leave the house for an hour every day. What's it like in...
No, you can't leave for exercise. I think you can walk a dog if you have one. But last week my friend tagged me on Instagram to run 5k, and the largest space in the flat is 7 steps long, so I ran back and forth the same 14 round step trip like a hamster on a wheel. I started crying about 10 minutes in. It just really overwhelmed me.
Well, I don't have a garden, and I've not really felt up to leaving for a run yet, but at least I have the choice to. It all seems so scary. Have there been any positives?
Me and my flatmate try to have conversations about the positives. We clap for healthcare workers every day from our windows. And when we come out of lockdown, we can appreciate walking around the beautiful city of Madrid. I'm so thankful for my friends who keep me sane, especially my flatmate Laura. In the last 3 days, we have seen a drop in COVID-related deaths, which shows that the lockdown is working. For that, I'm very thankful.
Grace, thank you so much for chatting with us today. Final question now. What are you going to do when lockdown is over?
I've realised that life is truly too short. There's so much death and sadness at this time. So when this is over, I will make sure to enjoy life, make memories, see my loved ones more, and make the most of this world that we live in.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
And next week, we have another special guest. So make sure you tune back in then. And my final announcement for today, we have a name. These videos and vlogs will be called the Corona Chronicles. Where's my sign? I made a sign. We will drink Corona with lime and we will cough into our arms. Oh, it's really foaming up. What do I do? You can see that. That's really good though. Well, that wraps things up for today. Keep your photos and your slogans coming in. Bye guys! Do you want some? Underage drinking.
Hi! Nice to see you finally, Cal.
Yeah, you too.
Sorry, I've only got a couple minutes. Is it all right if we get straight to it? It's all right to be nervous. The whole point of doing this on video chat rather than live is so if something goes wrong, or you say something you don't want in, I can edit it out.
Right.
And you'll only appear in a really small section of the screen, so don't worry about how you look or anything.
What's wrong with how I
So
look?
you looked over the email with the questions.
Yes, I had a look at the
Great,
question.
and is there anything you want to swerve or you want to add?
No, it was fine, but
Brilliant, so we can just get started?
look, sometimes I can be slow. I leave gaps.
Okay, we can just edit that out.
Okay.
Let's just see how it goes. Oh, and this video is going to go up tomorrow, but I will send you the link. All right. Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it's Devin here, and welcome to another episode of the Corona Chronicles. 14 days of time out racked up, and as much as I've been trying to just sit on my bum and watch Netflix, I've had so much online work coming in, so I've been too busy to save the world. Now, as some of you with a very keen eye may have noticed, our background has changed again, and indeed there's a tiny person in the corner of this video. This is Cal, our guest for this week, with a very unique perspective on lockdown. Isn't that right, Cal?
Yeah. Yes, you could say that. Yeah.
Cal, can you please tell the kids at home what day of lockdown it is for you?
33.
Day 33. What a king! Except the rest of us are only sitting on day 14. Cal, are you in a different country?
Nope. England.
So how have you got a 19-day head start?
Because I was sectioned on the 2nd of March.
Wow.
What?
Sorry, no, I just didn't know you'd been sectioned.
Well, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, and what does that mean then in terms of lockdown?
Well, for a start, the rules on the ward are a bit stricter than what you have to follow outside. At least I think so. I don't really know what's going on outside.
I mean, it's a bit of a soft lockdown, really. We can go out once a day for exercise for up to an hour. You can walk your dog if you have one. Try and restrict your shopping to essentials only and shop as infrequently as you can, which is fine for anyone with a car, but if you've got a big family and no car, you're fucked, basically. Work at home where possible. Do you know about shielding, the vulnerable letters? Basically, loads of people got letters from the NHS telling them not to leave their houses, like over 70s, transplant patients, cancer patients.
Right, okay.
Oh, and like 65,000 doctors and nurses are being brought out of retirement to help the NHS cope.
Wow. Yeah, of course. More patients, more staff needed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. I'll go back to your question now then, I suppose. So it depends on what OBS you're on, but essentially...
Could you explain what OBS means?
OBS means observations. They just write your location on a tick sheet every 10 minutes if you're on 10s, every hour if you're on generals, and on highs, well, you get your own personalised staff member and watch you 24/7, even in the shower.
And can you go outside at all, off the ward?
It should be for meals and for fresh air in the garden, but they've mainly been bringing meals onto the ward, and we can't smoke, so they don't deem air breaks vital. I've been here for 33 days and I've yet to see the cafeteria. You're lucky if you leave the ward once a day.
God. Yeah, they're definitely tighter restrictions than most of us are facing right now. And isn't there a visitors ban on the hospitals at the moment? Does that apply to you in a mental health ward?
Yes, no visitors. Not that anyone wants to see me.
So, if I were to tell you that right now there are people on the outside complaining about their human rights being quashed by lockdown rules, what would your response be?
Are you fucking serious? If you think the freedom to go to the supermarket or to go on an hour's walk is a violation of human rights, try a month on a psych ward and then get back to me. That's what I'd say. I mean,
You definitely paint a change of perspective there. It seems freedom is relative. I did want to mention one last thing. You posted a video online, didn't you, from your ward?
I did. Got taken down for violating YouTube's community guidelines. I think I told people how to kill themselves.
Yeah, I actually saw that video and my friend sent it to me. I just want to say I thought it was really brave to post it.
Didn't feel very brave. I think I just wanted to change people's perspectives, like you said.
Well, it changed mine. Thank you for being here with us today. Cal, it was really lovely talking to you. Want to talk again sometime soon?
For another video?
No, just just a chat really. I could be your virtual visitor. I get a bit lonely in my flat, working remotely and not interacting with my clients, so it would probably help me just as much as
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm free always, so good.
Good.
Bye then, Devin.
Bye, Cal.